not stupid, I know what I'm doing. Every time you get lost running out in your thoughts, I know exactly who you're missing. I know I look desperate, but the day that we met was a lost case of bet. I don't regret one moment. I know that you don't love me, and I'm either sad or crazy, but as long as you still hold me, I love you enough for the both of us. Just lie to me, tell me I'm everything you want, 'cause honestly, I'd rather put up with the front than having to deal with the day-to-day pain of knowing I'm here because she didn't stay. Lie to me, just lie to me. I'm not angry, and I really can't be. I made you my life, knowing full well you might not have even been ready. I know how this seems, but I gotta believe when you're finally done and your heart gives her up, we can be all that I dreamed. I know that you don't love me, and I'm either sad or crazy, but as long as you still hold me, I love you enough for the both of us.
U.S. becoming a country of renters while billionaires rake in cash. I'd like to discuss both sides of this issue, from the individual who's priced out of the market to the institutional investor who needs solid yields for their stockholders. Okay, let's get into it. Have you tried to buy a house in this country lately? Suddenly prices are out of control, not just places you think they'd be, like Idaho, Texas, Florida, people moving out of failing states and moving into thriving areas. You know, they're up everywhere. They're up in Northern California. Take San Jose, which is already way overvalued for like 25 years, but they're still going up. Homes are going for a lot above asking prices everywhere. And it doesn't seem normal, does it? Just doesn't seem normal. There's been a lot of moving within this country, but we're not watching a conventional housing market. That's for sure. There's something else going on. Take California. In California, for example, between 2006 and 2012, the number of owner-occupied homes nosedived by more than 320,000, while the number of renter-occupied single-family homes soared by more than 720,000. Skyrocketing house prices is being driven by Wall Street outbidding normal Americans trying to buy homes. And in fact, there is something to it. So the Wall Street Journal, in a recent piece, found that private equity firms like Blackrock are purchasing entire neighborhoods of single-family homes and turning them into rentals. What does that mean for the country? With help from the federal government, institutional investors become major players in the rental market. They promise, return profits to their investors and convenience to their tenants. Investors are very happy. Tenants are not happy so much. So this corporate sham, led by Wall Street, establishing a new and wildly profitable asset class, single-family home rentals. Today, big corporations own an estimated $60 billion worth of single-family housing in the United States, 200 investment firms buying thousands of homes and sometimes entire neighborhoods around the country before raising prices and capitalizing on home buyers and renters. So the practice has enhanced already skyrocketing inflation in the housing market. It worked, between 2011 and 2017. Some of the world's largest private equity groups and hedge funds, as well as other large investors, spent combined $36 billion on more than 200,000 homes in alien markets across the country. So the case for Blackrock is to explain to those who currently own the homes why you're taking money out of their pocket. Why are you selling your house to Blackrock in the first place? You like that extra $1,500K over asking price that Blackrock has given you? You greedy homeowner, you? Why don't you sell your home, for asking price to the average American. You know, come on, maybe blame the Federal Reserve's insane monetary policy for reducing the cost of loans. Adding, if Blackrock is willing to take the risk of leverage up to buy single family housing at above market prices, then that's their prerogative. So long as they own the downside risk, which is no bailouts, ever. No bailouts. Remember that, Mr. Powell. That's the key. We always bail them out. So, Chronicle magazine editor Pedro Gonzalez. I like this guy. He's got an interesting take against BlackRock now. You know, he's got a lot of passion. When discussing the implications behind Wall Street's mass buy-up of houses across the country, plundering the future is what financial institutions like BlackRock are doing by buying up tons of real estate. Gonzalez told a number of folks in the know, home ownership gives people a stake in society. It's a way to build generational wealth. It's the foundation of the middle class and part of the American dream. And permanent capital is now robbing Americans of that dream, saying you'll own nothing and be happy. Gonzalez continued referring to the World Economic Forum Great Reset agenda. They're killing the dream and giving us a nightmare of disposition. Gonzalez continued, and they're doing this to underwrite pensions. They're doing this to underwrite pensions and pad bottom lines by rising, they're going to up the housing prices, gobbling up single-family homes, and fueling another speculative, investor-driven home price bubble. That if, when it bursts, the same people they, priced out of their homes will end up subsidizing the bailout. There is precedent for that. Part of WEF's Great Reset agenda toots the total abolishment of private property by 2030 under the guise of fighting climate change. Welcome to the year 2030. Welcome to the city, or should I say our city. I don't own anything. I don't own a car. I don't own a house. I don't own an appliance, or any clothes for that matter. That was IDA, A-U-K, Akin wrote on behalf of the World Economic Forum in 2016, going back to the institutional investor. Okay, now we're back to the institutional investor. It's important to understand that institutional investors play a small role in the American housing market. While there are big firms for apartments and other multifamily housing units, there traditionally hasn't been the same level of investment in single-family home. Yield-chasing investors has turned to the real estate market because it has become a very profitable place to put your money. And the main reason it has become so profitable is the pre-existing housing shortage created by local governments and certain homeowners seeking to block new homes from being built. So that led to nearly 4 million home shortages nationwide. Investors go where the yield is. They go where the yield is. They are profit maximizers and face strong pressure to return large gains to shareholders. So want to stop them? Build more homes. Ensure that they cannot have a large market share and engage in predatory behavior and reduce the incentive for yield chasers to further mess up the market. So there's both sides to it. I see both sides. I'm a small-time guy. You got less than 20 buildings or single-family properties personally. I'm under 20 in my opinion. You're a small player. I'm a small player. So I see both sides. We have this housing shortage. We have these investor groups that need to get yields for their shareholders, and they see this as an opportunity. Buying up, hundreds of homes in neighborhoods, blocks of them. I know what's going on in Houston. I'm following what's going on across the country. It is a little worrisome. We have this housing shortage. They're going in there paying 20 to 50% over asking price. And then I see the side of the little guy that's priced out. But like I said, we need to build more homes, more construction. But the institutions have backing of the federal government. My concern is, as was in the past, we're going to give a bailout. And who's going to be on the hook? The little guy, right? The little guy is going to be on the hook. So just wanted to give a top line review of both sides to this. On the institutional side, I'm an investor. I've been a renter. I have renters, and I also try to help people out and buy homes. And I know the arduous task there, what's going on in certain markets, especially in California, and we're fixing up property. So we see all sides of this angle. It's an interesting discussion, and I just wanted to get into the weeds a little bit. Take care. Be creative.